Alright, welcome to Bad Ideas Guide 2, and, well, you'd be forgiven for thinking that we're just starting it now, but no. We've already had a fairly lengthy session that went anything but well, so let's have a quick rundown of the situation, shall we? We are even better Korea. We are starting from the end of Stay, DPKR, DPR, whatever. And we were relocated over to Derez. Now that didn't work out so well because the Ottomans came along and decided that they would much rather we were not there. So even though we developed up that 111 province into something of a wee metropolis, we were forced out. Fortunately, through some cunning and guile, and perhaps the same kind of trick we used in Bad Ideas Guy 1, we were able to relocate into Unji. Yeah, that's right, we 100% won our war. And even though we lost everything back there, we ended up in Unji. We were able to join the safety of the HRE, and that's pretty much where we are. Diplomatically, we are friends with big bad Bohemia, and we've joined a fairly powerful trade league, so the northern Germans could come to our aid if we get attacked. When we get attacked, we're unable to secure an alliance with Austria or Hungary. Hungary are domineering towards us, Austria just don't give a damn. And I'm a bit scared of Ludwig, because if he is a militarist, he's probably going to want this land, and then we're going to be at war with a lot of people. I've been setting my eyes on Italy, but the Neapolitans are really not keen on allying us. I want to eat up the Papal States. Their allies are a bit weak, and it's not like they've allied France or anything. But we have some other things to worry about, most notably our horrific ideas. We're starting off with 20% higher core creation cost, and 10% higher idea cost on top of that. When we fill out our ideas, we're going to get minus 15% morale, minus 15% goods produced, 50% more expensive institutions, 10% slower tech, minus 5 colonists, minus 2 diplo relations. But if we get through all that, we get a lot of culture conversion cost and some administrative efficiency. So there's light at the end of a very long, oppressive tunnel for even better Korea here. Yes, Bavaria did kind of like me, Reinhardt. Unfortunately, they are getting the Bohemian treatment. What is this? The Bohemian Conquest of Star... what's it? Well, this is kind of good for me because a stronger Bohemia is a stronger safety net for me. I wouldn't mind ally... I wouldn't mind some of that. But I'm very much lacking in people that would want to be my friend, useful people. I want someone in Italy who can help me out with my ordeals. I'm tempted to gun down for Ferrara. I mean, we probably share that claim on Romagna, right? But I mean, I could settle for Urbino, as long as we could take down the Pope together. I'd probably also need Florence in the mix there. Siena would be having none of it. I just need opportunities, that's the main thing. Ferrara would be a good opportunity against Venice, if nothing else. So what I think I'll do is I'll stop getting friendly with you. I might try to push Hungary over 100%. Well, 100. And then try my luck with either Florence or Ferrara. I'm a bit... my hands are a bit tied because corruption went up massively, because I have to do anything other than take a loan. So that meant debasing till the cows came home. And on top of that, what am I thinking here? Oh yes, that's right. I pay 10% to the Ottomans and 10% to Poland, leaving me with not a lot for myself. That is not good. Also, we have some ripe lumber, ship costs, naval maintenance. You know, I think we're going to sell that. Seems one of your traders is kind of French. Oh, well, I finally got my core here, so I can start siphoning money into Venice. I think I'll take it away from you, because Austria might be getting a bit too powerful for his own good. Alright, so that should actually make me a good bit more money, 20% of which goes away in war subsidies. Terrible. And also in the interest of making friends, let's establish communities over there. Whilst here in Venice. Is it all about the money? Is it really all about the money? I think it's all about the money. Yep, I'll take it. Domineering Hungary, Jake. Maybe vassal strats. Sure, but Hungary is allied with Austria, Aragon, Naples, and Florence. That's an incredibly powerful web there. They're also at war with France, so who knows, that might go really badly for them, and by extension, really well for me. I don't have much of a plan. I'm just trying my best to survive here. I think I will puff out my chest as much as I can though, because the nice thing about being small is that proportionally your drilling is going to get you a lot more professionalism, and I want to build that up. So Hungary's over 100. Not sure if I'll get that as far as we can. Also, Shadow's getting better at what he does. Excellent. Is that another Hunyadi? Matthias Hunyadi from 1458. I forget what the other one is. Well, Hunyadi just have the throne these days. We're also capped on our admin. I really don't want to spend it on tech, but if I spend it on development, that's going to increase border friction and just increase the amount I pay in corruption and in the other stuff. So we're actually going to tech here. I'll just tech you for now. We'll go for the other one later. Soon we'll get our titular bad ideas on the go. I'm sure someone is excited about that. It's not me. But yeah, we're still looking at about 5 corruption right now. I wanted Naples to be my friend, and we're so close. If I married them, I could get that. But because we're a peasant republic, we cannot marry. Ferrara, and probably Florence is better than Ferrara if I can get them. But they would have to turn friendly with me. And that's not a given. I think I'll throw down a claim on Urbino, and then start getting friendly with the both of you, actually. It might be an idea to throw down more claims, but I have one on Venice and the Pope, and those are 2 that I would quite like to get. I need friends. I need friends pretty badly. What I don't need to do is make the people around me that like me even angrier. A claim on Gors might seem tempting, but I really do not want the wrath of Austria upon me, to the point where I will even take a stab hit for it. Why is Istria your starting province? It is not. My starting province was better Pyongyang over here. I developed it so much, but the Ottomans kicked me away. Death is asking a question, which I have an answer to, but I guess the answer will come to you at Tech 5. I think I'll just mothball you for now to save some money, but I will also... People hate me for my lack of naval power, so I think I'll even try sinking a bit of money into boats. Because Florence here, for example, look at my navy strength and hate me for it. Okay, so Bavaria went bankrupt, Strauss-Watz changed hands, but it wasn't enough for Bohemia to trigger a coalition, which is good because I need to not get horrible wars right now. Jake, if you're 10 dev, Austria can make you a free city if they have a slot. I don't think they do, though. Also, I wouldn't want to lose my peasant republic ways, so no. Free city would grant me a lot of imperial protection, but I'll pass on that one, thanks. Really, just need that corruption to go away and those war subsidies to wear off, and then we can be relatively okay for a wee bit. I also want Florence as an ally, because that means if Hungary wanted to attack me, they would attack into one of their own allies. Of course, if they brought in Austria, then it's all bad anyway. Austria just plain don't like me, unfortunately. Okay, so Marvin has lived long. He lived only 2 years in our first shot, but now he's been on the go. He's 45 now. We're going to keep him around because having such a great ruler is a boon. We'll get some dip points. We're soon to be capped on that. It's tempting to invest in it pretty soon. It's also tempting to massively develop our province so I can actually have some clout in Germany. I think I'm going to have to tech up though before it all goes away. My good old friend Muscovy is on a rampage, but he never wants to be my friend again because I sold him out to make peace. Can Hungary attack into the HRE? Well, if he attacked me, then Austria would probably be on his case, so Hungary's not a big threat, but it's still concerning that he wants me subjugated, so I don't like anything about that. Bosnia just got annexed by you. I don't have any... Ragusa got annexed by Bosnia. Damn. Also trade wars. Well, goodbye Diplo power. I knew you well. One bonus that I have is I can see much of Asia. So I see this old pre-Dharma map. Ugh. I can't wait for 126. It's good to see that you're getting flattened by France, though. It's probably going to be useful for me. Bremen's going on Brunswick. France controls the Pope. How close am I to getting any friendship with either of you? I'm looking pretty good at getting Ferrara as a friend. Ferrara has some pretty crap allies. Then again, Genoa just ate Milan a bit, so that could be pretty good. When it comes to making friends... yeah, a lot of these guys are just not worth anybody's time. And Milan just got bodied, so they're less of a concern. Ferrara, though, Ferrara probably hates... yeah, Venice. I could bring them into such a war if Venice looked weak, but they still have Siena and Genoa as friends. I want Austria, who can't even declare wars because they're in a regency council, to go ham on somewhere around here that isn't me. Also, Hungarian... well, it gives me back that Diplo power and gives some Hungarian opinion off me. Mercantilism is awesome, but I'm going to take that, because survival is key here. Cosmic Brand says, nice to catch a stream. I can't sleep on account of a sore back. I mean, I'm sure you'll eventually be exhausted enough to be able to sleep. Maximum sailors isn't... well, whatever, as long as I have ships that function, we should be okay. It's worth noting that Florence hates Ferrara, and vice versa, so I'll have to make my pick when it comes to a friend or an enemy. Not that it matters much. Like I said, I really can't invest in much at all for the next few years because I'm paying off all my debts to other nations as well as bringing down my corruption, which is, well, it's going down. Muscovy's going to gun down Kazan, good on them. Hungary's just getting bodied here. It's because it's a fight on Aragon. Aragon would make a good friend if they weren't surrounded by enemies. Castile would make a great friend, period. I think I'd much rather have Florence than Ferrara. But Florence... you don't get a big opinion with a republic for being same religion. Compare it with, say, a duchy, where they're like, oh yeah, I love you for being my religion. Of course, you get less of an impact for being a different religion as well, so it swings and roundabouts. Might have to settle for Ferrara as a friend. Being a man desperate for friends that I am. Because yeah, I'm not overcoming these barriers. With Ferrara as a friend, what can I reasonably do? Also, no rivals. Ugh. Ferrara is a good one for targeting Venice with, but I would need other Venetian enemies. Milan got fairly slapped down. Mantua would probably be my friend. We're similar in size, so they might even go friendly with me. Do they want some Venetian land? Hell, we could all be feasting on Venice at this rate. Mostly me, of course, but Ferrara wants a lot more land. Swaziland, Genoa, Lucca. Troublesome is what you are. I think I'll get myself that alliance, because it beats having no alliance. And, you're enemied with Mantua as well. It's no easy. It is certainly no easy. So many people hate Ferrara. It might really work against me to ally you, because if you get attacked and slammed down, I might have to drop you like a hot potato. Difficult. I think we'll wait on it, because I don't have a clear strategy of what to do with you. I also want to keep Austria tanked up. Then again, if Hungary came for me, and Austria defended me, and then Austria's allies also came to defend me, that might be pretty good. Austria broke their alliance with their royal marriage with Bohemia. Why? They also broke their alliance with Bohemia. Why? I was very much counting on you guys being good friends. Somebody's saying that Ferrara is food, not a friend. Unfortunately, they too have some decent friends. I'd rather have Florence, they always prove powerful. Right, Bosnia hates me, so I'd be as well returning the favour. Attacking down closer to here would no doubt get me some Ottoman wrath, which is also not good. Basically everything's not good. Naples just got attacked by the Pope. The Pope have some friends, Naples do not. Interesting. They're only allied with Florence now. Well, Naples is going to get the Pope treatment, but if Naples gets hurt enough, he could become my good friend. Of course, now Habsburg and Hungary are not friends. Can I make any use of that? It would be remarkably difficult. Well, whilst I consider that, I can also consider what I want to do here. Justified war seems like the best thing to do. Especially early game when I really need to watch my aggressive expansion. I'm going to keep that galley around, they barely cost anything anyway. Actually, why even mothball them when I could just not pay any of them? Seems like the more clever thing to do. Bohemia is giving us subsidies. That's incredibly nice of them. They must know that we're under threat of the Hungarians. A claim on Hungary might go pretty well, since they're low on friends if they only have Florence. But I still want Florence as a friend. It's all just horrible. What is a man to do? I could get another 30 relations with the Hungarians. I don't know if that would be enough to change anything. Both of you guys come back. Let's keep the friendliness going with Hungary, relatively. There is the idea that claiming Ferrara might be a cool thing to do. Lucca and Siena are still problems, but if I could just eat him right up. Trouble is, I want to eat non-HRE land to limit my aggressive expansion, which makes the Pope a fitting target, but everybody hates the Pope. Then there's Bohemian diplomacy. They hate a few people, including Brandenburg, but Brandenburg likes Austria. I'm just really strangled in terms of what I can do. Smashing into Venice is a great one, because his friends don't want to help him. I'm not terrified of Siena or the Knights, but I would need somebody that also wants to eat him, which isn't even Austria right now. It would be Hungary, but Hungary don't want to be my friend. Aragon and Milan. And Milan doesn't seem a bad choice, actually. They still have their main province, and although they got beaten up earlier, they still have decent friends. Let's try and go down that avenue. I gotta play the diplomatic card hard for this one. Do the Ottos have claims on Hungary? You bet they do. If Hungary gets smashed by the Ottomans, then that's good news for me. Yeah, I know, they got these provinces. They lost a really good one, but they got two alright ones. Bengal's going to attack Ava. Well, good for them. Now I'm capped on my mill without much to do with it. Could get myself a general. Could develop. But development could hurt me in other interesting ways. I'm just drowning in mill power without much to do with it. What I could also do is take a national idea, because if you know what the hell, let's do it. Let's get this on the go. By the way, I'm trusting that everything looks and sounds okay because nobody's moaning about it, but if there is, I'm sure you'll I'm sure you guys will keep me right. Okay, what I'm trying to say though is that we now have national ideas unlocked, which means we gotta fill something out. But because these are meant to be bad ideas, it's not going to be one of mine, because I'm clearly only full of the best. So into the chat is now going a poll. I want you to vote on that poll so that you choose the idea group that we take. At great risk to myself. So you guys put down which idea group we're going to take, and we will go for it. Now... idea groups on their own, pretty good, but it's worth considering that in our own national ideas, we lose morale, goods produced, institution cost, tech. We lose all colonists, no matter how many we get. We lose half of our dip relations, but at least we can culturally enrich places on the cheap. So, what is going on with the idea groups? Because it seems kinda scary here. Also, how do I sort them? It looks particularly unsorted to me. Now, my old flame is plutocracy. I love plutocracy. That, I guess, let's see. It almost nullifies the morale loss, and almost nullifies the goods produced loss. The rest of the ideas are still alright, but still, ugh. Just reload the thing, it sorts it, okay. We're going to give it a couple more minutes so we can post it in. There's no problem posting it in the chat a few times so people know to go for it. And then, I guess at the turn of the year, I'll look at what has been voted the most and go for it. Is this a world conquest run, asks Fleece Johnson. It's a survive run, and I'm not doing that one particularly well. Oh yeah, I didn't really spend my points, did I? Well, we can get ourselves a general. Couldn't hurt, could it? Wouldn't do me any good, though, that's the thing. I think I'd rather develop. But it would make my corruption more expensive. How much do I spend on that? 0.45? And if I up that... yeah, that cost me. It's alright, that corruption will be gone in a year. Oh yeah, strengthen government. How often I forget that's even there. Which is bad, because it's really good. Right, there you go. Goodbye, mill points. Alright, Genoa just lost money. Would have been nice if they lost a bit more because they're Milan's enemy, and I'm trying to befriend Milan. Okay, we're into the new year. It is 1473, year of our Lord, and let's refresh this and see if we can't get it on stream as well, because all those poor bastards watching over in over on YouTube won't have a Scooby snack what's going on right now. So what's this going to be? I'll call it poll. Now let's go with that. Let's make things nice and small. I can't even see it yet. Alright, can we get that in? Is that going to work? Alright, there we go. So, surprisingly, we have plutocracy at the top. I think people don't understand what bad ideas means here. But it also shows what the next likely picks are going to be. We have espionage and exploration and maritime and naval and expansion. What did nobody want to take? Wow, trade at the bottom with just one vote. Diplo, one vote. Admin, one vote. A couple of votes on religious. So we have a really good idea at the top, strangely enough, and all these really awful ideas following it. So that'll be fun. Alright, thank you, Paul. Away you go. So that means our first pick is going to be plutocratic. Now this might actually backfire for me, because as I fill these out, I'm going to make my way over to Land of Plenty, which is a horrible idea for me. So, oh well, I've got to roll with the punches around here. Also, it's much more expensive for me to take ideas because of everything. 445 power to get an idea. I'd rather have this. It gives me extra tactics, which are super important. But we've got to do what we got to do. Yeah, this is awful. Just awful. I can't even afford the next one. That's how How ravaged I am. Okay, so we got that going for us. Whenever we have to pick an idea, I'll be leaving it to you guys to choose. Is there any benefit for you taking ideas in this run? Yeah, ideas are pretty good. Also, another trade war. That's not good for me. Ideas overall are better than the bad ideas make it bad. Also, Bohemia just declared war on Hungary. Are they going to call me in? Because if they do... Well, no, I doubt they would. They don't have favors on me and I don't desire their land. Also, that means I would get hammered by Florence. I brought in Augsburg, but please don't bring me in. Glad I didn't put that claim down though, or else he would call me in. Hope he wins though. Really hope he wins. Jake, who do you have claims on? The Pope and Venice. Yeah, these two hate each other. It's probably not even in my interest to get Hungary as a friend. Let's kill that idea. Also, they're both at Tech 6, but the Bohemians are laying in with